help. He needed psychological help. This guy was quoting the Bible. He had a knife, quoting the Bible, talking about killing himself. Something like that. This man needed a psychiatrist or psychologist and not a bullet in the head. And that's what they did to him right here in West Fresno. We were outraged. It wasn't fair. This man was a poor farmer from Mexico. We occupied and literally took over the Fresno City Hall and refused to move until they met with us and set up a meeting. And we forced them. They were going to arrest us, but not even the grandmothers, by the way. The grandmothers and their kids, just like this one right here, the children. They were like, oh, we ain't going nowhere. You're going to have to arrest us in front of all these media cameras. And look how you're going to look. Sure enough, they agreed to meet with us. And one of the things that we were able to bring to the table, we met with them several times over a period of time. And by the way, Michael Brown had just been killed about a month later. So Fresno knew this is getting ugly because now it's going nationwide. And they were already killing us here. We forced them to buy cameras. And from now on, Fresno Police Department is going to have to invest and get cameras for every officer. Right now, they only have cameras for 100 officers. They should have increased that. So we had some demands that we got met. We got them met. So, Lord, thank you so much. Thank you. Martin, you guys were all there. That was a long year struggle. But it's not enough. And we shouldn't quit there. Because as you'll learn today, Fresno Police Department has been sneaky. They got this software program called Beware. Where they will color, the company who created it will color code your threat level. So that the police officer knows when they go to your house, whether to keep his hand, on his gun, or whether you're okay, and he doesn't have to worry about that. So if you listen to, for example, Bob Marley, you might be accused of using drugs, but then you might also listen to Tupac. Oh, he must be a gangster. But if you listen to Mexican narco music, you might be a narco. Or if you listen to, or you are on social media and you post things about, I don't know, Occupy Wall Street, where it got violent. Oh, this must be an anarchist, right? So now you got poor people, you got minorities who are being color-coded by this software. They were exposed and they were forced to remove the color coding part of it, but the software is still there. Software is still being used. And those of you who are in the room who know what algorithms are, tell you when things are trending or when things are low or bad. That's how, in Salinas, they started a similar program where they said they were able to tell when a crime was going to commit, where it was going to get committed, what block, what house, and who was going to do it. And what time, by the way. That's some crazy. That's like, what's that movie where they ahead of time they know you're guilty of a crime or something like that? Minority Report, right? This is exactly, that movie was made like 10 years ago. That's where we're at today. And today Bob Navarro from the American Civil Liberties Union, which is a lawyers group, is going to be here to talk about that software and why those of you who are coming from out of town, don't be surprised if that software already exists in your town. They also have, for example, microphones that can hear things. And the rationale is, well, if somebody shoots off a gun, we know where it came from.
Right.
Sure enough.
It's smart.
But that microphone is also something that's picking up, if I was going to talk about that, probably picking up conversations, which should not be the case. Another thing that they have, and it's kind of funny, right, Floyd? Last year, we literally took over C Street in Fresno. We call it the Justice Corner. That's thanks to Floyd back there, by the way. Everybody knows it's the Justice Corner. We took it over and literally laid down on the street. We said, we're just going to block traffic. We laid down on the street, we blocked traffic, we did it strategically so people who had to get to work could get to work. Because on the west side, we got our people back there, we're going to make sure that they stay on our side. But what we saw in the news was Chief Dyer of the police department, who had this high-tech cameras everywhere, TV cameras there. They got this operations headquarters where they watch everything and everybody. They hear everything and everybody. So they were there watching us, or no, we were there watching them watch us, watch them watch us. It was weird. They were watching us on TV and we're watching them watch us on TV. And we're like, oh my. And sure enough, we got a call Brian Sumner, one of the brothers who was there. Somebody there who said they're also keeping an eye on one of your members from the Brown Berets. They think he's got a gun. This is a father, a student, and he's got 2 kids. He's got a wife. This man is doing great things in the community. And they already had him singled out as somebody to keep an eye on. And what was scary is they were ready to shoot. They were ready to shoot. That should not just break your heart, it should scare you. When police departments are at that level, where they're ready to shoot because of their high-tech stuff, we need to start asking questions of that police department. And if it means taking over a building, occupying that building, and refusing to leave that building, and by the way, all of you, if you got a cell phone, I don't care, take it out. If the battery's dead, they don't know the difference. It will change their behavior, trust me. So keep it on. This kind of cop watch training that we do, we encourage people to do it, upload it, and there is an app where if, and we have it here, Bob is part of this, but if you need to know, it's called California Justice, right? Northern California Justice. It's an app by the ACLU. So if he's being harassed and he pulls out his phone, or if I pull out my phone and I'm recording it, well, I have this app, and while I'm recording, if my phone gets taken from me, if it gets smashed like it did yours, or disappears like my brother right here, Rajiv, his phone disappeared. The phone gets taken away, gets smashed, that's okay because the app automatically will upload into the cloud. ACLU will have it on file. The cops will never know. And that's important because one thing that people don't realize about Sandra Bland is there was video there. And other, in South Carolina, there's video there of what happened to a lot of these people. And it's been saved. And what happened to Eric Garner, New York, there's video there. But by using this, this app, you'll be sure to have it saved, and it'll be for your legal reasons. It'll be for your legal safety and your security. And you don't have to speak. You have Fifth Amendment right not to speak to police. So if they abuse you, tell them, I want to see a lawyer. If they take advantage of you and you're already arrested, don't even talk. Just tell them, I want to see a lawyer. Because the other thing is, they're going to want to know if somebody's recorded this, if somebody's already done something with this information. So speak to a lawyer first. Bob Navarro will be here to talk about that, but I have one on the app if you would like to know more about it. It's called Northern California Justice, and it's from the ACLU. I tell my students, because my students are high school students, a lot of them are minorities, and I tell them, yeah, you wear your pants, your hat, you're already a target to these law enforcement and to people who see you that way. So start using this technology to help you just in case. Obviously, don't reach, don't do anything that's going to get you shot and killed. Because unfortunately, legally speaking, all they got to say is, well, I fear for my safety. Now, I'm a high school teacher, but Floyd knows this too. I have a law degree. I went to law school to be a lawyer. I have about 3 years before I take time off and take the bar and see if that's what I want to do. But in the meantime, we need lawyers out there. So if there's any young people who want to do that, I'll meet you in about 3 years. But I speak the way I do because I do have a law degree. But Bob Navarro is probably the best person to ask about what's going on with the technology and some of our own rights as citizens. Here in West Fresno, Sacramento, in the Bay Area, Hunters Point, man, it's getting gentrified big time, right? We've been there. We've got to talk about what's happening because Mario Woods, what happened with Mario Woods out there should not have happened. And the city needs to answer up to that. The police department is disgraceful. And then it turns out that one of the KKK members that got beat up in Anaheim is from San Francisco, by the way, hiding out his mom's $1 million home. And by the way, he has Jewish roots, so I don't know how that happened, but it exposed him this weekend. But that same weekend, by the way, just talking about the KKK attacking, getting attacked in that fight that went down. That same weekend in LA, in one park, you had 2 Mexicans get attacked by 3 white guys holding up a Confederate wallet with a Confederate flag on it, yelling "Heil Hitler," and also is it AV, which Antelope Valley Nazis, AV Nazis. And then there was the same similar attack happened in East LA. Those 2 attacks haven't been talked about, but the one in Anaheim was. We got to keep an eye on that. We got to stay up with that. And finally, I'm going to conclude with this. This is an election year, people, and we know there's some things that are being said, and we're watching some things being done that should scare the lights out of you. It should. With Donald Trump, the way he's talking, and some of the things he's been saying, there's consequences. Last night in Kentucky, there were some black students who were manhandled, and it's turning out that there's some neo-Nazis, some straight up hardcore racism going on, and he's provoking it. And it's not new. But what's scary is that what he's saying is one thing. It's the people who are crazy enough to follow his lead. And if we get somebody like him, or even Marco Rubio or Ted Cruz, and who doesn't matter, and by the way, I'm not promoting anybody because I got my problems with Hillary Clinton. But what we do need to do is we need to get out there and we need to locally take control of what happens. So get out there, and I hope you can vote, because if there's something on the table that we need to change, or if there's a law that we want to see put into effect, or if there's a leader we want out or one we want in, we need to register to vote, because as long as we're on this earth, or in this country at least, we have certain tools available to us. And money, like self-sufficiency, we shouldn't have to depend on anybody. That's a powerful tool, self-sufficiency, taking care of our community, helping the arts, helping local vendors, right? Education is another one. Without education, we believe the lies that people tell us. And then there's also the vote. The vote. The vote is just one of those things. Not everybody can vote. Some people are not documented, some people are not old enough, and some people a felony will hold back. So what we can do though is those that can't vote, let's get them to vote and let's take power of that political power. It's like cancer. The sister was talking about cancer. If you're going to attack cancer, hey, are we going to rule out something that's available to us, or are we going to give it a try? If there's cancer out there, you want to attack it from every direction. Let's do the same for our communities. Let's attack it economically, politically. Let's attack it educationally, spiritually. Let's attack it culturally with the arts. Let's attack that cancer called police brutality, and let's do away with it this year, 2016, as much as possible. Thank you. And thank you, Floyd, for
hands up! Don't shoot! 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 Where y'all hands at? Hands up! Don't shoot! 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 What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! Against racist! Police! Against racist! Police! All right, let's give it up, everybody! Give it up! Black Lives Matter! We're gonna have one of our revolutionary sisters come up, Maya Summerloo. Can we give her a hand as she come up? She is straight revolutionary sister, die hard, recall sister. You mess with her, she called a posse. We just happy for her. Can we get up for Maya Summerloo?
Well, I want to tell you that these guys are my mentors. When I came into the social justice movement back, about 10 years ago, I didn't know anything about the injustice going on in this country. But today I can tell you that we are living in I call it communism in disguise country. Because we have to fight for everything that we need and deserve in this country. And I realized this when my people in my community, their homes were being raided and searched by the police department without proper warrant. Okay? They came to the homes and with a simple note that says a notice to search. But it was not a search warrant. My people were not aware of the search warrant process. So they're very humble people. They opened the door and these guys came in. Sometimes they're nice about it, and sometimes they bust in. They turned everything upside down. There's an incident, the family lived in Clovis, and the address that the police department was looking for was a Fresno address. And so these folks went to Clovis for some reason and searched this home, and then later on realized that they were supposed to go to the home in Fresno. However, they arrested the two sons in the home. They took all the father's guns that were registered, properly registered, 2 silver bars and $500 cash. And it was the time when I was involving with Reverend Harris and Ralphie in speaking up about police brutality, and we were doing the training. And so I went on the Hmong radio and started talking about that. So they called me and they told me what happened. We filed a complaint with the police department. They did an internal investigation. The money never turned up. Silver bars were never returned, except the guns. They claim that they have never took any money or the silver bars, but we knew they did. There's another incident where a family, they were living in an apartment, and the police searched the family's apartment, arrested all the sons. The father was attacked by the police canine dogs. Police stood on the side and just laughed at the situation. Okay. Situations like this happen in our community. We have young boys that were being shot by the police department, claiming that they were gang members. Why is it that every time our youth, whether they're innocent or not, whether they're in gangs or not, why is it that every time they're arrested, the police officers claiming that they're all gang related? There's an incident where there was one time my son and I, we were going through some tough times. And I made the mistake of calling the police because I couldn't get through to my son anymore. And I thought that they were going to come and help me out to stay peace in my family. Well, guess what? They came, they arrested my son, and they tasered him. And then I had to come up with $1,000 to hire an attorney to protect my son from the police after that. And because he has a tattoo on his arm, automatically the police thought that he was gang related as well. So there's all kinds of injustice going on in our communities, in the black and the brown communities, and we have to do something about it. Because you know what, if we don't, we're in a time where there's a call for radical movement. I think Dr. King and many of the activists during that time had set our lives so good that people had gone to sleep and they had forgotten about the pain and suffering in the community. And so they forgot to speak up. They forgot to fight for themselves. Well, now is the time to get up from that sleep, and it's the time to become radical and to become loud and clear about what we need and what we deserve as Americans in this country. Americans are not just, the whites. Americans is a rainbow of colors, and we're in it. So I had some experience with police brutality during the Occupy movement. I was arrested twice. I'm proud of it. It was something that, I felt it really speak up about my character. I stand up for what I believe in. And when I see an injustice in front of me, I can't just sit back and relax and watch what's going to happen to those people. I get up close and personal with the situation, because that's what we should do. That's what we should do. We should speak up for each other. We should protect each other. All of us live in the same community with the same type of issues. And something that's going to hit you today is going to hit me tomorrow. And we know as activists, we know that one injustice, an injustice to one is an injustice to all. When an injustice hits your community today, don't think that it's not going to hit my community tomorrow, because it's coming. And when it does, it's not going to be pretty. So that's why, brothers and sisters, it's so important for us to unite our effort and voice and manpower to expand and to become loud and clear that we deserve everything that the other people deserve. The top 1 or 2% deserve. We can't sit back anymore. I'm a teacher. I'm an elementary school teacher. There's an injustice in the public education each and every day. Our children, the state and the federal government send so much money into the school district, and yet why are our children still not getting the services that they need? Why is it that there are still classes that are overcrowding? One teacher for every 40 kids. I can't even get to, my kids in a day because there's just too many of them. And in a class, there are multiple levels of academic needs there. You have your low kids, you have your basic, which is right below grade level, you have your grade level, and you have the advanced kids. Well, the advanced kids, no matter what we do, they're going to learn. But we completely ignore the kids that are below the grade level. And then we gripe and we moan about why are they dropping out of high school when we ignore them since first grade. Why are we not fight back and allow our future to be ruined? Because you know what, if you don't speak up for a child with their first grade, they already lose one whole year of their life. And when you fall behind 1 year, it takes 5-6 years to catch back up. And for most cases, our children never got the opportunity to catch up because they don't get the help they need.
Okay.
So as a teacher, as a social justice activist, I'm telling you, we've got to get close and personal with all these injustice issues going on. And we have to fight the public educational system to make sure that our children receive quality education and receive all the support they need to become great future leaders. If we don't, and we continue to let these people, school boards that do nothing except to occupy their positions, and superintendents that have no clue about poor communities, about communities of colors, to sit in those positions and dictate how those money are going to go, they're never going to do what's right for our kids. And I'm telling you, if we don't start now, it's going to be 10, 20 generations that's going to continue to suffer. We need to start now. We need to start now.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're going to have Lady J. She's going to be coming up. We can give her another round of applause for her compassion that she has in her heart for our people. Just thank her and staying on the battlefield. It's just good to be here at New Life Church of God. You won't go to let me take that back. You may go to Free and Me and see this, what you see on the wall, but no other ministry here that you will see here. And we're going to have our MC come on up. We're going to play the music. There's some quick music that we have for that Lady J has selected for us here today.
How's everybody doing?
All right.
Give yourself a